right, hello, and welcome back to day 4 of our Thankful Little mini series in the daily devotional here. So, we started out with trusting in God, hoping His promises, abiding in His love. And today, we're going to talk about His new mercies that are new every morning, which is, again, every one of these are things to be thankful for. We don't have to have all of them to really be thankful. Each one of them are things to really be thankful for and things to really focus on when you're trying to come with thanksgiving and being thankful, right? When we think about his new mercies every morning, the verse today is Lamentations, chapter 3, verses 22 and 23, which says, "It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness." And that right there, just the fact that his mercies are new every morning and he is a very merciful God, that we are not consumed. We are basically, we're still here because he is merciful. That is essentially what it's saying, right? And that's what this entire, basically this entire book's about, is God's mercies and things. But when you think about how God has dealt with sinful people, right? He's exhibited compassion. I mentioned yesterday that he loves us regardless, just a complete unconditional love, even when we don't deserve it. He's very merciful when we don't deserve it, right? So he's very much what we should, he gives us what we should not receive. Right? And that's kind of what mercy is not giving us what we should receive, what we are kind of doing to receive. We are constantly, intentionally or not, constantly going against his ways and what he wants for us and the things we do. I feel that every single day. I think every single one of us does. If we really are honest with ourselves and really do what we, the things that we do on a daily basis, we're not following after what he would have in our life. At some point, generally speaking, we may be, but we fail, we stumble. And that's where his mercy comes in. And his mercy is just made so wonderfully, is the fact that we do things that are against his commandments and against his ways, but he still has mercy on us to not give us what we deserve or to really put on us what we should, right? And just the fact of Jesus' sacrifice, I touched on that yesterday, of the love that it took to do such a thing, the mercy that he gave us by giving us that sacrifice that we couldn't pay on our own, instead of just wiping us out and taking us out. And he's done that several times, right? You think of Noah and the ark, that's the same kind of thing. Right? He gave us a second chance, and he doesn't just give us a second chance. He gives us a second, third, fourth, a fifth, over and over and over. And it's to the power of anything, right? There is no end to it. That's the beautiful thing. And that's what's so crazy, that when I think about his mercy and his love and grace, that it has no end. There is no bound, right? There is nothing that really keeps it to a point, which I'm very, very thankful for, because I know, me personally, I've done so many different things that I don't know why he still accepts me or brings me in or gives me any kind of peace or joy or love. I don't, but I'm very, very glad that he does. If we look at another verse here, Psalms 86 and 15, it says, "But thou, O Lord, art of God, full of compassion and gracious, long suffering, and plenteous in mercy and truth." And that, again, is just such a great thing to think about, that he is so full of just mercy and compassion and grace that we can come to him regardless of how we're doing things and what we're doing. We shouldn't go out and just do the wrong thing, knowing that he's merciful and compassionate, full of compassion. That's kind of opposite of what we should do. We're going to fail, but we shouldn't expect to fail, or we shouldn't act in a way that, well, I'll fail anyway, I'm just going to go do that. That's completely the wrong viewpoint. And there are a lot of folks that think that, and that think, well, God's such a merciful God that's full of compassion and grace. I can just do whatever I want. Doesn't really matter. But that's besides the point. That is actually contradictory to the point. When you're a Christian, you're supposed to follow after how Christ lived, how he taught, and the ways that he gave us. We're not supposed to be going out and just living a life full of sin and evil and just doing whatever we want without any kind of care or attention back to the word or the directions that he gave us. We should be looking at that. But the purpose of what I'm bringing today, or the purpose of this entire devotional for today, is that when you try and live for him, you're going to fail. It's going to happen. We're all going to fail. We're not perfect. None of us are. But when we fail, when we try, you can't fail if you're not trying. It's just they go hand in hand. When you try, there's going to be times that you fail. But if you're not trying, you're not failing because you're not doing anything. But when we try to live for God and we fail, his mercy is still going to be there. And his compassion, his grace, and his care, and his love, and forgiveness, and all those things are going to be there. So we have to live in a way that we try to live for God, and we try our best, and we try and put our best foot forward, and we try to follow the commandments, the rules, in the direction that he gives us. But we should also understand that when we fail, we just need to come clean, come to him, ask for forgiveness, understand that we have those faults and we are imperfect and we are messed up and we are flawed, and then he will forgive us and he will come back to us. But we have to put him first. We have to put him first in our actions, in the way that we're trying to do things, then put him first when we make those mistakes and we mess up. Again, it's not a time of when, or if you're going to mess up, it's when. Right. And I don't mean to say that to be discouraging, just being honest and just being real. None of us are perfect, regardless of what a TV show tells you, a movie tells you, a book tells you, your imagination tells you. I don't care what anybody on this earth tells you. None of us are above fault or above issue or messing up. Right? It's just the way that it is. But again, we are not consumed because of his mercies and because he is full of grace and love, way beyond our understanding. So keep going. That's my message today. Keep moving forward. Understand that when you have those problems or you stumble, keep moving forward. Keep doing for God. Keep doing the ways that you know are what he wants you to be. Keep going. Because even when you mess up, we can go to him and he's going to forgive. He's going to extend that mercy and he's going to love us unconditionally either way. So never give up. I hope you have an excellent and phenomenal day today. I want you to always remember that God loves you, I love you, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.